started the company, I'd say, almost by accident. I used to actually be on the investor side of the house, and I was really baffled by why the field of precision medicine and genomics really hadn't taken off to the tune I had hoped. So to get to the root of the problem, I actually just took a sabbatical and some time away from my day job to work at the University of Chicago under my mother. Now, my mother's a great mom, but she's also a MacArthur Fellow and a Genius Grant Award winner for her work truly understanding the genetic basis of cancer and really trying to understand how that might contribute to disparities in outcomes between different patient populations. So I worked with her and really aligned with her academic and career mission to make sure that genetic information was incorporated into everyone's preventative care, but also treatment. How CancerIQ came about is because while I was at the University of Chicago, I realized that what they were doing was absolutely groundbreaking, but simply just not scalable. And if this were going to make an impact in the patient populations that my mother and myself truly wanted to address, there needed to be software that made it easy for community-based physicians who see about 85% of the patients out there to be able to screen, identify, diagnose, and manage patients according to their genetic risk factors. So CancerIQ was a spinoff. I never looked back at my previous role, and I've been very proud of what we've done to take that mission and turn it into action through our software. I'd say the first thing that we're doing is we are expanding our platform that has really taken off predominantly in specialty care and making sure that we're truly embedded in primary care. The work to do behavior change and change workflows and processes in primary care is definitely a lot more of a challenge. So we're scaling the team on the customer success side and implementation side to make sure that we can catch up to that opportunity. But that led to a second major investment area and use of proceeds for us, which is really building out an integrated products team. CancerIQ has worked very well standalone for several years. But as we move into primary care settings or preventative care settings, making sure we truly had a product that was embedded in the EHR instead of next to the EHR was very important. So we've recruited top talent, particularly from Epic, that's right here in the Midwest, to lead that initiative for us. Our third use of proceeds is what you would look for in any Series A stage company. We are really scaling out our commercial team. We've got a very scalable and repeatable business when it comes to selling into health systems, where we're now probably got a footprint in over 70 different hospitals. But to continue scaling the other sides of our market, which include our lab vendor partners who ultimately partner with us to get access to our growing network of physicians, and even grow our life science network, where we can, again, harness the clinical footprint that we have to accelerate science. That takes a new team and a greater commercial effort than what we've done previously. So that's what we've done with our funding today. I think how we ended up focusing on cancer genetics and prevention is because we found that in community-based organizations, they were more willing to change behavior and look at genetic information if it were clinically actionable. And there was some immediate recommendation that could be applied to their patient that would actually change their medical management. And there's no better area to do that than in hereditary cancer, where for over 25 years, we've known that if you have a certain genetic marker, you have a predisposition. And for several years, we've known that there are things that you can do to reduce or almost eliminate the risk of that patient getting cancer altogether. So the reason we started in that area is because that is the place where most physicians are actually willing to change, willing to learn, and willing to adopt precision medicine type practices. Where we see CancerIQ advancing the goal of precision medicine is for that practice to almost be a gateway drug. to precision medicine. Providers just getting used to stopping and analyzing genetic information before they tell someone what to do is really what we are accomplishing through our platform. And as more providers start doing that, the goal of precision medicine, when there are truly therapies available for every patient based on their genomic makeup, will be much easier for providers to achieve. Some of the really interesting advancements I've seen have actually come because of this current pandemic. If you look at it, precision medicine as we know it, which is, very reliant on, patients getting a genomic profile, ultimately enrolling in clinical trials, us developing a lot more of those targeted therapies. A lot of the progress that we were starting to make in precision medicine has unfortunately been stalled by the pandemic. There are fewer patients even being diagnosed with cancer during this time, and there are a number of trials that have temporarily been paused. So a lot of the traction and the emphasis on precision medicine has actually fallen down a little bit. But during the same time, what we have seen is we've seen a huge emergence or interest in what I would call precision health. And here's a specific use case, right? With a number of these patients who can't get in to get a mammogram or get a screening colonoscopy or get some of those preventative or early detection strategies that would normally be routine for everyone. Health systems and patients need to take a little bit more precise approach to even how they do cancer screening. Because with limited capacity, and by doing genetic testing on patients, you can do a little bit more risk-based screening, and providers can give a little bit more tailored recommendation to their patients. Because there are patient populations out there who are mutation carriers or have familial risk that can't afford to wait until the end of this pandemic to come in for their cancer screening. So that's why I see precision health emerging as a higher priority right now, as we try and make sure that we are doing our best to tailor people's preventative and early detection strategies.